And we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
Beautiful?
sexual
Oh, I was gonna say that
weekend.
was a
Yeah,
little hot.
needed to put the little B-roll in the background. Get some
B-roll.
vibing music.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. All right, guys. Cheers. Cheers. Welcome to the show. This show is going to kind of be a little bit of a wild show. Hello, hello.
I'm going to finally jump off of mine here. I'm going to end my broadcast.
Nope. Dude, looks like he's still closing out his, so we'll bring him on in a second. But today, welcome to the shit show, folks. Today we are doing a live stream with Badass Bourbon himself. Unfortunately, folks, we did not get the samples in time for either his live stream or my live stream. So we're just going to wing it and we're going to see what the heck happens. So let's bring him in and let's start drinking, folks.
All right, I'm in, beat. Woo! Let's do it. Yeah. All right. Okay, we can start now.
Nothing brings me more pleasure than your face of having never seen his channel and having experienced that for the first time.
All right. That was definitely something.
You were not ready for that.
No, I was not. I did not think that there was going to be that much noise and that much banging. That was some good banging.
Yeah. Wood chopping.
It's totally banging, right? Literally banging.
Quite literally banging.
And you like that ring? It's because this is the only axe I know that does it, because it's got this. It acts like a little tuning fork. I'll have to like patent that sound or something. I don't know. It's become synonymous with me now for whatever reason. Alec, it's nice to meet you, brother.
You as well, Bobby. Thanks for coming on.
Oh yeah, man. I wish you could have been on with us.
I know. If I had more time, I'd love to invest more, but you know, life is life. Yeah. But we're here with you now, and yeah, it's good to have you. It's good to always get a little bit of collaboration with some of the other people out there in the community. So let's make this happen, boys.
Good.
Look at you being all formal and shit. I love it.
Hey, you know what? I guess we can go back, and it'll be on your channel where you can see Alex's face when I was beating the crap out of this axle. Right?
Yep.
It was shocked face. It was like, who's this guy? What's going on? What's happening right now?
I was under the impression that you forgot to turn off the camera and you were just taking out a little bit of rage. That's what I thought was going on. But you know what? I love it.
Like, who's this guy? This guy's whacked.
This guy's awesome is what he is.
I love that I can do it with it.
Yeah, you definitely get people's attention. I can say that for sure.
Right, if it gets a little slow and you start whacking stuff.
I think that's a great idea.
Alec, do you have Maker's 46?
I do.
I have Maker's 46 cast strength.
Shit. Oh. Okay, whatever. Well, whatever. We're not drinking the same whiskey anyways. It don't matter none.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
All I've got is the Maker's 46 cast strength.
Hey, I went to Costco. I got the little 375 milliliter bottles and the 3-pack with the Maker's cast strength, the regular, what is it?
Cast strength.
Yeah, the regular cast strength and the FAOE.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's FAEO. FAE1
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's a fantastic bottle. Yeah. The FAEO is my favorite one so far. Cheers, everyone! Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
We basically just transported the same, for lack of better words, shit show from. I mean, yeah, it's unplanned, making it up as we go to our channel. So thanks for coming in and hanging out. What are we all drinking tonight? So, Bobby, I know this is your first time on our channel and whatnot. So usually we don't always do this, but we don't really have a plan. So might as well do it. What have you been getting into recently? Yeah. Like what's new for you in the world of whiskey?
Well, I've been starting to get into. I'm starting to realize. I'm starting to get into a little bit of Irish whiskey, and I want to get into some Scotch, but I'm finding out that I'm really enjoying wheated bourbons. I started realizing that over the last couple of months, where of course we get Wellers and like, Wellers, you're just a bunch of fanboys, blah blah blah. You know, I wouldn't say I was a Weller hater, but I was like, you guys are just name, you know, it's the name, you're attracted to that. But then the more I had it, I was like, oh, this is kind of good. It started with blinds. I'm like, oh, this is nice. What is this? I'm like, crap. I started getting irritated with myself that I was picking them. You know, it goes down that road. I think we've probably all been there. You know.
Well, yeah. So
you get mad. You pick a Buffalo Trace product. You're like,
shit. Yeah, I do, man. I do. Oh God.
No, that's good though, because so when Steve first started getting into whiskey, he had me come over for my 23rd birthday, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a little flight, and then and we're gonna go do like Topgolf afterwards." I was like, "Okay, sure." And so I go over,
wasted.
We got trashed. It was not just a flight of like 3 or 4. Yes, me specifically. It was a flight of like 12. And it was harsh, but we basically found out that I liked wheated bourbon a lot. And so from there on, it was Woodford wheat, and there was the Maker's Mark. And, you know, there was a lot of those kinds of things that started getting into my mind. And that's where my whiskey journey started. So, hey, you're coming onto my page for a little bit, Bobby.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, that Maker's 46 cask strengths, you got to love that.
That's right. That's good stuff.
A 1 or 2, whichever one you got to love that too.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
By the way, have you had that Woodford wheat yet?
I haven't had the Woodford wheat.
It's fantastic. If you've been digging wheated bourbons, it's the only like wheat heavy whiskey that I've actually loved. Really? Like I've liked some. So wheat, I get this weird like funky creaminess that I don't usually dig. Just like you don't really dig like the heavily malty stuff like I do. So on that, it's not overwhelming, and it's fantastic. It's just like a smooth, simple, creamy, solid pour. It's like Woodford Reserves, but like a little bit like more weeded, a little bit more friendly.
Well said, Steve.
Well said. It's easy, right? The wheat, because normally they replace the rye with the wheat, right? So you're not getting a whole bunch of spice, and you're getting it's just a little smoother, right? A little easier sipper. Which is weird, as I really enjoy high rye bourbons, but I really enjoy wheated bourbons. So I don't know. See, I'm all over the map right now. You know,
you like a little bit of variety in your bourbon. That's what I'm hearing right now.
I do, and I'm liking. I might have to send you guys. Maybe I'll send you guys some Corbin Cash. Right, it's the best rye I've ever had. It's about 40.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm always game to try new things. Especially, I have yet to have a California whiskey that I've absolutely loved outside of like the Redwood Empires.
Oh, Redwood Empire is fantastic.
But that's kind of like a Cali adjacent whiskey since it's mostly MGP or Robson and Squibby.
I was going to say, so Corbin Cash, like I said, is about 45 minutes from me. Their rye are absolutely delicious. The Merced rye, the 1917 is what really got me into it. And their regular Merced rye is the 1917 Merced rye is 123 proof.
Ooh.
But the same juice as their regular Merced rye is at 90 proof. So the same flavor profile is there, but you kick it up to that 123, it's even better. And then I got a single barrel small batch 6-year and an 8-year that are 136 proof, 132 proof that are absolutely delicious. Like you said, like we were talking about that Coy Hill, where it doesn't drink as hot as that, and the flavors are just booming. Over in Merced, it's I'll say farm to bottle. They do everything there. like Frey Ranch. If you're familiar with Frey Ranch.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic.
Dude, yeah, I've been there too because it's a drive for me. It's a couple hours. It's 2.5.
That's Nevada, right?
It's in Nevada. It's in Nevada. Fallon, Nevada. Fallon, Nevada? Yeah, I think Fallon, Nevada. I think so.
Somewhere around there.
It's in Nevada. Yeah. But anyway, it's a cool place to be there. Farm to table, farm to bottle as well. But man, this at Corbin Cash, it's your sweet potato farmers, and it's got to be something to do with that sweet potato in the soil. I don't know, but it's got a different flavor profile that I absolutely love. And then in the off season, the cover crop is their Merced rye. Whatever it is with that combo, it's freaking delicious.
When I hear of sweet potatoes that are getting grown in the same area, it kind of makes me think, oh, this is going to have like a vodka-esque flavor. But the fact that they're sweet potatoes makes me think like this is going to be some really like good tasting vodka flavors. So I like the idea behind it.
And they do make vodka, and they make sweet potato vodka, which is I interviewed David Souza on my channel. I don't know, a month ago maybe. Mm-hmm. Now the founder and master distiller at Corbin Cash. He says it's a much different process and harder to make vodka out of sweet potatoes. It's not the same process than it is to potatoes.
Interesting.
They're too sweet to make vodka out of.
I don't know. I feel like when you're making it though, you can make so many different flavors with the sweet potato too. Like, you could throw in, like a bunch of just even like maple syrup into the mash bill of it to kind of like create something crazy, something interesting,
Now you're speaking my language, dude. In my early videos, most of the stuff I say, I like it hot and sweet. Like my coffee. Hot and sweet coffee, that's what I like.
All right.
Everyone, by the way, yes, Joe, you are 100% right. Savage and Cook is not good.
Oh, yeah. The Savage and Cook was the bottle that we got.
The little glass top stuff, not good.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
This bottle, technically, was a Savage and Cook. Long before it became an infinity bottle and then became a whatever bottle. I don't even know what's in there right now.
All right, so there's the
something not good.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I didn't cover this glass. Now I got wood
chips.
It gets splinters.
It'd be like that.
See, Steve has done a little bit of aging with some different things like that. I've tried a little bit of smoking some whiskeys, and I've had both success and epic failure with it. But I think it'd be really fun to try a little bit of both. And then there's this subscription I have to this thing called Bespoke Box. But one of the options you can get out of their monthly subscription is a mini barrel, a mini oak barrel. It's a white oak barrel you can actually get. You can age stuff in it. And I was like, wow, that sounds like it'd be kind of fun. And then there you can really just start, mixing your whiskeys. You can throw other stuff in. You can do whatever you want with it. And I thought that was a cool idea.
That is a cool idea. I was actually talking because of the white oak, right? That's what we need. The white oak barrels. I was talking to David Souza. I said, hey, we got to hook up because people, for whatever reason, keep asking me, hey, you should put some of these wood chips and splinters in some bourbon. Like, dude, this is a pressed together 2x6s. You don't want this in your. There's probably some kind of pesticide in here. You don't want this in your.
Yeah, most likely, huh?
some white oak staves or something like that. Although it'd probably break my axe trying to pound on that stuff.
Probably, you might have to take your axe.
But I'll give it a shot for sure.
Hey, I'm willing to watch that. Okay, we can have a whole live stream that we'll be drinking, you'll be chopping, and we'll see who finishes first.
Hey, dude, I haven't incorporated this yet. I got axe throwing over here.
All right, I like it.
After you put a drink, I got to incorporate that somehow. I'm trying to incorporate another camera angle.
Okay.
I go with two.
You need to get the horizontal angle so that way you can see the axe getting thrown through the air. And then just boom.
I need two more cameras I'm working on right here.
If we ever
the axe cam, right? So when I found in this, and then have the axe throwing when I'm doing that with a buddy or whatever. You know, have a wheel and do blinds by throwing the axe at it. I don't know. Give me some ideas, people.
I think that sounds great.
After a few drinks, you know, it's more fun to throw axes.
Oh, I can believe that for sure.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Look, as long as everyone's throwing the same way, I think you're all good.
Yeah, I think we're all good. Everyone stand behind.
Yeah. You should lay out the safety guidelines. No one needs to get anything chopped off today.
Right. Oh,
hey, for sure. We ever have a get together at your place, someone's getting hurt. So it's going to be a ND with a knife or something, or an axe.
And the good news is, there's good and bad news about that. I'll know how to take care of it. The bad news is I'll know if I'll be in the good enough condition to.
There you go. If anything, you've got some guys on speed dial, I assume, right?
Yeah. So if you guys ever came out here and we're doing this stuff, throwing axes, I'd have my buddy here that drives for me at work. Clickbait Bernsey. Oh, he's awesome. That dude. We'll all here throw. I'd have to get some actual bigger axes. The axe throwing league, professional axe throwing league axes. I'm about to order a couple of those.
Okay. Now, is that wall going to withstand it, or is there a possibility you're going to be breaking through that wall?
Oh, I got a couple layers right here. I think I put another layer. So this is old fence board that I had, extra fence board. I guess I can do something with that.
Okay.
Make it work.
Yeah,
make it work.
Hey,
all I know, when next time I have to do like a remodeling project or like some demo, I'm just gonna call you. Be like, hey brother, you want to come down and see Trevor's? You know, we'll get drunk and destroy shit all weekend.
So
and then I'll fix it next weekend.
I think that sounds incredible.
Yeah, I'm actually almost done with a remodel on my downstairs kitchen and all that stuff. Dude,
so much work.
Demo, and I did all the demo. We hired contractors come in and do their stuff. I told them, hey, I'm not going to put out. I won't wire my oven if you don't go put out any fires. All right, so just
if you wire the oven 10-1, you're going to be putting out a fire in your own kitchen.
Hey, maybe he's going for a wood burn oven. Okay, you know, as long as there's something going in the bottom, everything works out. Okay, Steve.
Right. It's one of those things where I know how to do a little bit of a lot of things, but you know, I don't want to be wiring my own house, you know, or all that stuff.
I know enough electrical work to change like lighting fixtures, but not enough to like run the wires behind the wall and all that other stuff. That's why we have, you know, family. We're in that business.
I'll work at 110 and below.
That's a good number to work below. You know that?
10 and below, right?
Yeah. If you're ever feeling a little tired on the job, you just give it a quick pinch. You're good to go.
Exactly. You can stand in a bucket of water and hit some 110. It'll wake you up, but it's not going to kill you.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Who needs coffee, right? I use electricity.
Super unsafe, but no big deal.
All right. Are you guys hitting this 46 yet? Because I still got wood chips.
Yeah.
I completely went past. So everyone kept on commenting Pete, and which ironically, so today's live stream idea was supposed to be me getting you into Scotch, which only one of those was a peated whiskey. So out of the 3 out of the 4 was peated. But I really wish that happened, because I wanted to, you know, that's my biggest enjoyment, is finding someone who doesn't like something and then getting them to like at least one thing, or be like, I would be willing to buy this.
I mean, if there's one thing that
maybe
I just, for what I've had so far, you know, and I'm an extreme novice at Scotch, for sure. I don't know where to start. You know, where should I start if I'm going into? I know I should start not peated, but I don't know what a light peated Scotch would be, or how to step into it.
I'll tell you this though, okay, Bobby. When Steven and I first started getting into Scotch, specifically peated Scotch, it was pretty much the opposite. We were hitting the peat, the ashy, the campfire, the just brutal, straight cigarettes and just boots. That's all that it was. And then we went back from that. And I think that gives you a little bit of a different perspective, just because you understand what you really don't like and you understand what makes it better. And those are those like in between scotches that are supposed to have those really good finishes, and they're supposed to have all those like worthwhile kind of attributes to them besides dirt.
Yeah, right. Besides dirt and earth.
Yes. Dirt, earth, and campfire.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So I'll tell you what I'm doing over here on my end. I'm clicking over on the chat like I'm actually running the live, and it's not doing anything.
Oh yeah. If you want me to highlight something, let me know. That's what I was doing on your end, and I was like, oh, this is weird.
Dude, it is weird. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. Click. What the heck's going on?
Yeah. So Axe Cam, great idea. I think that's fantastic. Have like a little almost like a target board, and then have like the closer you get in, the better the whiskey gets. So you want to hit the center, and then the farther you get out, and then if you go like out of bounds, is something heinous like Dickel or
toast.
Yeah, Basil Hayden. Alec, what's that? Tumbleweed or Dumbleweed? The local AZ rye whiskey that we had that was heinous.
Oh yeah, not tumbleweed. Something like that though.
Thumb Butte.
Thumb Butte.
Yeah,
that's
Thumb Butte. Oh no. Yeah, it just reminded me of like eating tumbleweeds. That was it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was not a fan.
But basically, like the worst whiskey possible.
Yeah,
I think only someone from Arizona would be able to say it reminds me of eating tumbleweeds.
Basically, yes.
What I would imagine eating tumbleweeds.
Yes, I know. So I'm very careful of what I say now. It's like it tastes like toe jam. No, it tastes like what toe jam might smell like if it was a liquid, and you can imagine that taste. Got to explain it instead of saying, but that's what it tastes like. Because then somebody's like, oh, you taste that? Like we're in the 7th grade.
Yeah. You be eating that stuff on your own time?
Oh, man. I think another option you could do for the axe throwing is you could have axes in a bucket, and then each one has like a label on the actual blade for either a type of whiskey or for a proof point. And then you could be throwing those at the board, and they could kind of have like either distilleries or something like that. So basically your axe combined with your accuracy decides on what you're drinking.
I like that too. I know you're laughing at you.
Did you miss that, Alec?
What?
It's like I don't know how.
That's the worst feeling ever.
It happens to me all the time, dude.
The cork. The cap fell from the cork.
The
cork got stuck in the bottle.
Cracker. I need a corkscrew.
Yeah, this is where you need a small axe. Just a tiny little axe. That's small enough. That's perfect, actually.
Yeah, we'll make it work. It'll buff.
Yeah. If you break the bottle, that's okay too. You finish it tonight. Hey, you got it. Now that's
baby, look at that.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
Woo. All right. Dude, this should be like both Duke bottles on one live. The corks broke on me. Dude.
That's why you got to save the corks.
Dude, bottle kill hill over here. I'm taking half of these don't have corks in them anymore because I'm using them on bottles that have stuff in them now because these corks, dude, they break. Dude, somebody make a quality cork.
Dude, the issue is
like 1792, the cork of America.
Don't even
right
get
there.
Me started. I've had 4 of those bottles, and 2 of the corks have broken. So I save all the corks of all the bottles I kill, and the unfortunate thing is, like, once the cork's like 6 months old of not touching like any sort of whiskey, it doesn't work the same. No. Whether it's a synthetic cork or a real cork, like especially if it's a real cork, that ain't a cork no more, unless if you're fitting like a really large shriveled up and dried out cork into a really small hole.
Yeah, Steve, you know all about that, don't you?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what
I've had a life before.
I don't know. I don't know. Is that the appropriate? Is the timing off, or that's what she said? I don't know.
Oh, dude, that's exactly
Phrasing?
what she said. Phrasing?
Wait, are we not phrasing anymore?
Now I can't even put this back in. I can barely put it in. There we go.
Yeah, if you put it in like any further, she ain't coming back out.
Yeah, see, I like
whoa there, guys. Let's be gentle with her, why don't we? Gosh.
Yeah, she has feelings, you know.
All right, so Steven, you're obviously in the reserves, or you're in the Air Guard,
Army Reserves.
Army Reserves. All right, gotcha. What do you do in the Army Reserves? Can you say?
Yell at people with my hand like this.
I love that. So you just went to I'm gonna say you went to drill sergeant school.
Yes,
that's what I called it.
Nice. Like
yes, fun times.
Yeah, and now he's got the hat and everything. He's got the hat. Yep. He shaved his head. And he's ready to go.
Yeah, dude, you gotta be like this.
Yep.
Yeah. The whole
can't see his eyes, but his eyes can see you.
Right on the bridge of the nose, you smashing him with the bridge of the nose with your rim of your hat.
You put the hat like so the part of the hat that actually touches your head like ends on your eyebrows, and it comes down so low you can't see anything, so you kind of have to like look like this. It's by far the most uncomfortable hat ever. Well, I will not wear it on the stream ever, but it's uncomfortable.
And not to mention that thing weighs like 5 to 10 pounds, doesn't it?
Is it all felt?
Yeah.
Basically.
No, it's like real.
Pounds of felt.
I have to put it in a little case to keep.
I gotta
flat.
take a quick hiatus, guys. I'll be back.
See ya.
Is it like a full pool table of felt into a hat?
Yep. Yeah, it's not ideal. It has its own little like case thing that closes it to keep it from coming like a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Because it really wants to be a cowboy hat, but it just, it don't get there none.
But it don't get there. So what's your actual job in the
So when I'm not being a drill sergeant, I was 25 Sierra, which is a satellite communication specialist.
Okay.
I configure basically antennas to communicate with satellites so you can connect to the internet. But the only like real practical stuff I've ever done with that was just like running like IT operations for things that already existed. I mean, I can't really get into that, but I was basically like IT management in Afghanistan, and I'm IT management in Mesa, Arizona.
All right.
Working as a government contractor.
All right.
Can't get into that, but yeah, that's pretty much my life.
I get why you can't get into it. I did 6.5 years active duty Air Force.
What'd you do?
10-ish firefighter.
Oh, okay. So it was a transition. We have a bunch of firefighters. Makes me want to be a firefighter, but also I can't really hop out and take like a huge pay cut to like start off as a firefighter recruit, because you get paid terrible to start off with.
So the county I work in is probably the highest paid county, if not in the United States, I'm sure, but maybe the world, because it's in California.
Oh yeah.
But along with that is the highest taxes and the highest cost of living. So it's all relative. So it's not like, oh, I'm super rich. No, I'm not. It's
women.
Dude, it's ridiculous how much I pay more in taxes than I think a lot of people make in their 4th year. It's so stupid here. It's really ridiculous. But yeah, my battalion chief, it's cheaper for him to live there, fly back and forth every week.
And plane tickets are not cheap. So like just that alone is wild.
It's incredibly insane. So if we make enough money here, so if you live out of state, fly here and fly back every week. Bourbon Bill just stopped in to give a stream a like and say hi.
Cheers. Nice to see you, man.
I don't know Bourbon Bill.
Yeah. Hanging AZ if you're still here. Or one of my other mods. I feel like I for sure have another mod. Why can I not get my cursor over there? Yes, I do. One of my mods. Go ahead and post his link. Also, shit, I haven't plugged you at all this whole time. I plugged you more on your own channel than I did mine. Go ahead and check out Badax Bourbon. Fantastic YouTube channel. Go ahead and check him out. Also, check out all the other fantastic people in chat, like Prescription Bourbon, Scotch Down Under, and Bourbon Bill. If one of my mods wouldn't mind posting all their links down there below. Also, do the whole YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe, do all those great things. Thank y'all. I appreciate you.
Bourbon Bill, I'm about to go. I don't know. It look a little bit familiar. I may be subscribed. If not, I'm gonna fix that right now. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna start modding everyone in chat.
Yeah.
So if you want a wrench, you got a wrench.
Yeah.
You want it.
Bourbon Bill.
You got it. I feel like I'm gonna get sued one of these days.
Right. Well, I'm already subscribed to you. I'm already subscribed to you, so I wasn't slacking that much. Yeah, I am. You are. I am. Got you.
Bourbon Bill says, I'm sleeping on the B522 Larceny. I don't know. I'm not the hugest weeded fan. Yep, he's saying you're subscribed as well. He's killing it. He's killing it recently.
Right on, man. I gotta start. I mean, there's so many channels I like. It's just, I mean, to watch everybody, man.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with everyone. Like I love all the stuff you do, but I can watch like maybe 1 out of every 5 of your videos.
Yeah. And
just because there's so many things I follow, so little time I have to even just like look at people's content.
Yeah. It's so funny that the shorter it seems like the shorter the videos are, the more views they get. I'm like, if that, and I like to do the full reviews, but I mean, if that's the shorter ones are getting people to actually come to your channel, at least, you know, then if they like that, maybe we'll see the bigger reviews. And this is actually the most fun right here, doing this live.
Oh yeah,
dude, this is incredible. I love this.
Not having a single plan and just talking about random stuff and drinking whiskey.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know how many people are in here now, but it seemed like a lot of jumped over. At least a lot of people jumped over right when we made the switch.
Yeah, next time we're gonna have a plan, and we're actually gonna talk about whiskey more than just drink it and I don't know sidebar about things.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we'll by the next time we do this, we'll both have each other's packages, so we can
in theory,
right?
If not, I'm just gonna send like the biggest package of samples and just like let it be.
Yeah, let it be.
I'll just make a note. I don't know. That's something I kind of got from who was it? Whiskey Wars. Sean. He sent me I think 3 flights in one package. And I'm like, wow, I should start doing that because it's just cheaper. I don't want to always have people on, but you know, every once in a while, it doesn't like it's nice to kind of meet people, hang out with other people you don't hang out with all the time, things of that nature.
It is. It's really cool. I mean, like I said before, we have a great community. Yeah, everyone gets along. I mean, not trying not to bash the other social medias, but it's different over here than it is on TikTok. I mean, there a lot, not all of them, but a lot of them there just to get drunk.
Yeah, there's not real substance.
No, there's not
a lot of those, and like arguably on our live streams, not much substance here, unless if you like coming in and talking and chat, which I've been neglecting all night. But you know, it'd be like that. By the way, thank you, Scotch Down Under, for dropping all those links. If you guys wouldn't mind, go check them out, especially Bad Axe Bourbon. What, you're at like 380 something last time I checked, right?
I'm at, I think I just went 340 today.
Oh, 340. Okay. Well,
hey,
let's.
You guys want to get me to 380 or 4 something tonight? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I even remotely have that swing because we're still kind of on the smaller side, but go subscribe to him. He does fantastic stuff out there. And the more you like him, the more you subscribe to him, the more wild, crazy shit he can do.
That's right.
And eventually start making money, and then he can convince his wife to like install like 3 or 4 different cameras. I'm working on the same thing. I have a second camera. I just don't. I was kind of working on the logistics with the whole new setup of maybe having like a little sideways camera to transition to. I don't know how that's going to work out. Got a new tripod. We're going to figure it out. So one of these weeks, I get some time to like sit down and like truly spend some like learning curve and like time and energy on a real long, legitimate edit. We're going to do that.
Dude, that's the thing right there. Just the time. If you
4 cameras.
You obviously edit videos. To edit one video is the biggest time suck I think on this planet.
It took me, so my first video was 4 or 5 hours of just like figuring out.
Yes.
And now I have it down to a system where I can do like the most rudimentary edit in like probably like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's like me like cutting all the corners, not putting any B-roll. Like
just say with adding stuff to it, that's just cutting out what you don't want.
Yeah, that's like cutting out what I don't want, putting on some like nice B-roll music in the background, and then like yeeting. Be like, okay, go on and live in the internet forever.
And that's the thing. Once you get over 1,000, maybe 2,000, whatever, once you get a substantial amount of subscribers, I would say, then you start paying more. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'll set aside more time for the B-roll and all that stuff. And it's a big learning curve, man. I've switched editing software a couple times.
Yeah, upgrading cameras, buying software, buying like I've wanted to buy a new lens for my camera forever. A gimbal.
It's all money, dude. It's time and money. And now I have no idea how old you are, but I'm 50. Hey, Alex, back.
I'm
cheers,
back.
Cheers.
I'm back. 51. I'll be 52 at the beginning of next year. But yeah, I gotta retire sometime.
And so maybe subtract 2 years and then divide that by 2.
Okay. See, I think yeah, I know. I figured, but it would be great if I could have it set up by the time I retire. That this is just I do this and it just sustains itself. I don't need a whole bunch of money out of it, but just pay for itself and maybe a little extra. I've been trying to get a merch store set up for last week, dude. I have merch, but this is stuff I have here just to send out. If something, I got to get a merch store set up, and I've been trying to do it. I start doing it, and then either I'm at work, I get a call, or I'm at home, something needs to be done, and then you got to like figure out where you left off. It's just the biggest. It seems like it'd be so easy, but it's just a chore, dude.
Well, let me ask something, Bobby, just because, Steve and I are 25, 24, and this is about the time
25.
Sorry, you're 25.
Yeah, I'm 25.
We're both 25 at the current moment. But,
don't take that year away from me.
So this is the time of our life where things are going to start to pick up. I've definitely noticed it. I know Steve has noticed it.
I mean, you popped out a kid, so yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, things are definitely moving. And, between 25 and 50, I know it's not going to slow down ever. So tell me, like, where do you find that time? And how did you make that, like, attempt to make the time to do this and to, like you said, setting up for retirement? Like, how do you kind of transition to that point?
So, right where you guys are, I don't know if I could have found the time. To be honest.
Okay.
It's a different time, though. When I was your age, there was no internet. To be honest,
that's true. That is true.
There was no shortcut. So you just, if you wanted that, you went and did that, and this is the way you do it. there's one or two ways to do something. If you wanted to get to, if this was your goal, you do it. There's 1,000 ways to do everything now. And you could go to YouTube. If you can't think of a way, you go to YouTube, and you can see 1,000 different ways to do something.
Right.
Now, I can have the job that I have, and at work, honestly, what I do now, my specialty is aircraft firefighting. You get into firefighting, I was on a ladder truck for 14, 15 years. I was, on an engine for wildland fires, do all that stuff. I was in the Air Force. You were gone. I started out in the Air Force. I was in the Air Force for 6.5 years as a firefighter. Got out. I'm still on an air field. So the aircraft firefighting I love aircraft, and I'm set up firefighting. So I was like, oh crap, I can meld these two together and get paid for it. I am all in on that.
Right. Sounds like a perfect setup.
It worked out for me. So now I'm like, okay, my battalion chief that lives in Arizona,
okay,
him to live there and fly here every week. Right? So he's the one that got me into bourbon. About 4 years ago, I could count the number of drinks of alcohol that I had in a month on one hand. Now I have a YouTube channel.
That was a huge increase in drinking then.
It was, right? And I'm super into fitness, and my crew all works out together. I have enough seniority. I'm a captain where I am. I'm the third highest ranking captain in my department. So I can basically choose what shift I want, what rig I want. I can basically do what I want to do, go where I want to go. And the crew follows me because they know what I do, what I'm about, and they'll follow me. I have the same crew just about every year. So that being said, we do everything together, and we have a great time. I've gotten into this. This is the twilight years, right? So it allows. I'm on the airport side, so unless there's a call on the airfield, I'm not going to it. So these guys on the engine, the guys on the truck out of the same station I work on, just like we were running so much the last 2 days. I just got home from work this morning. The last 2 days, basically the lights come on, and I was like, "Hey guys, can you turn that light off for me? I need to turn over and go back to sleep." I was doing what they were doing. I'm a senior captain now, and I just am where I am. Everyone goes through it. You earn your stripes, right? So to speak.
Okay.
RHIP, right, Steven? Rank has its privileges.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At that point now where I can do that, and if I have enough unedited material at work, I can do some editing at work. I can do some of this this stuff.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Not on the company dollar, never.
No. Allegedly. Right. But it is once the training's done, once everything else is done, our time is our time. I do whatever I want with my time. Because we're an insurance policy, right?
Right.
You have to be there on call 24 hours, right? For me, 48 hours, 2 days on, 4 days off, which I'm complaining about is a great schedule. I work without overtime. I work 10 days a month.
That's not bad at all.
But as I say that, every 2 days is actually 48 hours I'm at work.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And even if I'm not running if I don't run a whole bunch of calls, my brain is always on thinking about if they're out, I need to do something for them in a support role or something like that. Anyway, that is the very long story of I'm doing this. I got a few years still till I retire. Hopefully this channel will be grown enough where I can kind of ease into that, let go of the fire stuff, but still be in the fire atmosphere, still living a little bit, let go of that and do this and just BS with you guys.
Hey, that sounds good to us.
That's the long version.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a short version.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's the 51-year-old long version.
So to transition back into chat, we'll get back into that in a little bit. But Bourbon Bill asks, how many total bottles of bourbon? Leave that Scotch stuff out of it. So I know I have somewhere around like 70 or so of bourbon. How many do you have?
Me? Okay, so I have one bottle of Scotch.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I have one bottle of Scotch that someone gave to me. And not that I don't want any, I just don't have any yet. I don't know much about it, so I don't know what to buy yet. I have 4 bottles of Irish whiskey.
Nice.
Very nice.
Probably got 20 bottles of rye. And if he's strictly talking about bourbon, overall I've probably got 260 bottles of whatever. And probably 180 of those are bourbon, at least.
Nice.
And some of them are whiskey, right on the cusp of bourbon.
Yeah.
It's a fine line of, is it American whiskey? Is it bourbon?
Yeah, is it a burr rye?
Yeah,
so is it a rye? Is it bourbon?
Yeah.
It's like close to 200 bottles of bourbon, I would say. I have.
I just recently got ASW the Duality or whatever, double malt Duality, which is fantastic. But I didn't read the label enough when I got into it. I mean, regardless, I love it. I'm not disappointed in this. I thought I was buying a cask strength American single malt. You know what it actually was? It's a blend of American malt and malted rye.
Really?
At cask strength, and it's fantastic because it blends like rye and American malt together, and it's like kind of like this weird like spicy chocolate type malty thing going on. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
also,
doesn't sound bad.
Have any of you all ever had any gin finished whiskey?
That sounds interesting.
No, I not that I know of.
So I recently purchased cask strength 10-year-old Canadian rye whiskey that's finished in gin barrels. Weirdest whiskey I've tried this year. It is
so weird because I don't like.
It sounds funky.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be kind of like a light whiskey, kind of like the Obtainium pick, Like that's what it sounds like it would taste to me.
It's like spicy juniper berries. It's like a rye with juniper berries.
Minty juniper. That's what it sounds.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's wild. And then it's at cask strength, but it's not like aggressive.
Yeah, I imagine also like if you got like a super heavy nutty kind of bourbon mixing with that, it's probably not gonna blend well. But if you got like a sweet bourbon that's got like a little bit of, like a floral taste already to it, that could go kind of well together. So I don't know.
Yeah. So Ken's got only 30 bottles of bourbon as we get here. Yeah, man, it's easy for them to get Scotch, and I'm sure Irish whiskey, but
Scotch is just hard to get into because it's so expensive. Like bourbon, you can get really quality bourbon for like 30 or 40 bucks. To get really quality Scotch, you pretty much have to go like 60, 70.
Right.
At least. At a minimum of like something you're like, this is a truly good bottle.
Yeah.
And I don't know where, I know names of Scotches, of course, but I don't know where to jump in. Because I know the years are different from bourbon. 12-year Scotch is young, right? So
yeah, 12 years in Scotch is like a 6 or 8-year-old bourbon.
Oh, I was gonna say like a 3 or 4-year-old bourbon.
No, not that young.
No, you don't think so?
3 or 4-year-old bourbon's like unaged Scotch, so it's like it's Scotch without an age statement on it. Like it's like we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like something you're not proud enough to put a real like age statement. Like I've only ever seen people put age statements on bourbon if it's 6+.
Yeah. And
unless if it's like a single barrel.
You're questioning, like, is it even 4? Yeah. Or because they would put it on there.
Yeah.
We got Ken.
Yeah. Ken says everything is expensive.
Yeah, I feel for you peeps in Australia. I really do. Mm-hmm. It seems like they really want to get into bourbon, but it's just not available or super expensive.
Yeah, and what they do have is not like the insane bourbon that we have access to. It's the huge, big name brands that are readily available, but sometimes they have like the weird spin-offs, like the Wild Turkey Fathers and Son thing that was like 13 years old, but it was like $80 for like 80 proof 13-year-old product that was like watered down oak, from what I've heard. I haven't had it, obviously, but they'll get products like that because Wild Turkey's like, oh, well, they drink lower proof stuff. Maybe we lower the proof and they'll like it more.
And we'll make 4 times as many barrels because we can water it down to 80 proof.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so Ken, if you're still on there, I know you can't call it bourbon in Australia, but if it's that mash bill where it's 51% corn, is there anything in Australia? Maybe you guys know. Is there anything in Australia that's 51% corn that they pull out of there as a whiskey? That's a bourbon competitor.
Only Australian whiskey I've ever had is Starward,
which is pretty good.
Yeah, I've had 2 bottles from them. They do a lot of red, red wine French oak finishing stuff. So what am I trying to say? So we have a single malt from them that's fantastic, and then their normal like blended, I think it's like 2-fold or something like that, which is a mix of like I think it's a malt and then their, what was it, rye or wheat whiskey? I think it's wheat.
Rye. Oh.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it. Off the top of my head, did not like that one. But I loved the single malt. The single malt was fantastic.
Yeah, it was super good.
You can order them online. I might still have a promo code with them because I reached out to them in order to get it because I couldn't find it anywhere. And so they gave me a promo code for free shipping. So if you want any Australian whiskey, they might be one to check out. Just don't get their normal stuff. It's like potato-y.
Oh, you see, look at it. It says Turkey 13 is there. It's 91 proof, but only here as Japanese.
Oh, okay.
So
I guess it makes sense. 13.
An American style whiskey is made there, but who makes it? Or is
who makes it?
Is it any good? Do you have any of it? Do you like it? Have you had any pours of it? Because is there something I can get here? Is it Australian whiskey I can get here? Is it worth getting?
That's another thing I have an issue with, like going outside of the world of like American whiskey is like proof. Like Irish whiskey and Scotch, it's all, or even Japanese for that matter, it's like 40%, maybe 45 for like a boatload of money, where I'm like, shit, I could get rare breed for $55.
Yeah.
That's a great time, fantastic flavor, and it's not even remotely as like expensive as like say even Green Spot, which is arguably it's a really solid crushable Irish whiskey. That's like a $40 Irish whiskey, and it's at 40 proof or 40%.
Yeah, but see, that's where it's like worth it to kind of, I think, go outside of American bourbon. But still, yeah, it's a hard thing to do. I mean, I don't even go that far outside of bourbon, mostly because I'm a cheapskate, but it's also because, as soon as you want to get something good, you have to really start paying the high dollar.
That's what Steven was saying.
Yeah, this is the budget bookshelf right here, man. Okay, I think the most expensive bottle up there is maybe like $90. Yeah, there's some Redwood, Delbach, and there's down low we've got a couple of the big towers
back there. Is that a highway there?
Yeah. The highway, this is the Bourbon.
Is that a bullet rye down there? A maker?
The Bullet Rye, a Wild Turkey 101, an Old Forester 100, and then I've also got the Knob 9 as well that sits down there.
Knob 9. Oh, so is that a Costco size Knob 9 there?
That is the Costco 9.
That's the where to get it right there, right?
That's what's up.
Costco.
Yeah. But then, like, up here on the top shelf, I've got, like Elijah Craig. I got a Jack Daniel's single barrel. There's a couple of whiskeys. There's this one up here from Utah that I grabbed. I got a rare breed back there. And then on the top is where I've got a green spot. I've got some of the Maker's Mark stuff. And then I've got Redbreast 12.
That Obtainium pick's not on your top shelf, Alec?
Well, I don't want it on the top shelf because then I'll never actually grab it.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, I was about to say I was devastated. I bought that bottle for you.
Hey, I try to put it in it, and this is what happens when I try, Steven. It gets, like, no lower because I have one drink, and I'm like, God.
Yeah, it's a bit proofy. She a proofy gal. That's light whiskey.
That's right.
What is that?
So that's an Obtainium light whiskey pick from the Bourbon Wrench and the whiskeychannel.com. They did a collab on that. It's I don't know what the proof is on it, but it's the only light whiskey we've had. They're coming out with a new one
120, 128. That's what that is.
I will not be buying you a bottle of that, Alec, but I will buy a bottle of their new one. That's I think it's like 15 years old.
As long as I get to try it.
Theoretically. I don't know.
A year or so by now, we'll be doing a collab and having bottles like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, have you ever had any light whiskey?
Right. So,
have you ever had any light whiskey?
I've had probably one light whiskey. So that seems to be where the direction is going. A lot of light whiskeys are coming out because of either barrel shortages or whatever, right? So people are turning to light whiskey so they don't have to have the age statements and all that.
Yeah, I think that as far as the Obtainium pick, it's pretty good. But I mean, that's the only light whiskey I've ever had. And it's kind of nice that because it isn't, like how some other whiskeys can actually be heavy and they can be kind of filling in a way. Yeah. It's just kind of a nice light kind of version of it. And it's just that sucker up there just hits so goddamn hard that it's hard to fall asleep afterwards, Like it's got some hit to it.
She'll start the party. She'll get that pep in your step.
And she'll end it too.
So, and there's the thing, when I have a few drams, I don't have any problem going to sleep. I have a problem staying awake.
So yeah, there's a like it's a slight curve upward on the sleep scale, and then all of a sudden you hit that point and you're like, nope, we're going out. We're going for a party. And then Steve and I end up drinking, half a bottle of Wild Turkey 101. And
that came horribly. Way worse for you than me, but still not great for me.
No.
So Wild Turkey 101 is, when people ask me what do you recommend? Because we all get that now, right? Hey, what do you recommend?
Oh, yeah.
Someone finds out you got a channel, you got a few hundred followers, like
you have opinions,
right? You're entitled.
Yes, okay, I'm ready for it. I'm like, okay, where are you in your dabbling of this? Because most of the time, I'm going to point them right to Wild Turkey 101. I can get it for $18. It can go in an old fashioned. You can sip it neat. For me, it's the best utility whiskey there is right now.
Oh yeah,
it's just great, and it is what it is. It's for $18. It's great. It's great anyway, even outside of $18. I'll jump it into the $35 to $40 range, or being solid.
Yeah, well, way back when, Steve and I, we had a little segment called the Turkey Tango series where we put blind turkey products up against each other. And the saddest thing was that Kentucky Spirit was like the undefeated champion throughout the whole lineup until the very end when it lost to Wild Turkey 101.
It's incredible, right?
Yep.
Isn't it amazing how Wild Turkey 101 is that mark too, that 100 proof mark? And most of us like I'll go below 100 proof. It's not because I'm stuck on 100 proof. It just seems to be that we start going below 90. It's just too watery.
Mm-hmm. It loses it a little.
Yeah, and unless you're going into Scotch or something like that, where probably there's more, it's aged longer and there's more other flavors.
Right.
Whiskeys.
Yeah, like finishes kind of make up for that loss of proof. But when you're just doing straight up like a normal like whiskey, no finishes, no extra flavoring, no like higher age statement on it, when you're just doing normal whiskey, I say always go like 100 proof at least.
Yeah.
110 is my sweet spot for just like analyzing whiskey and just truly enjoying it, because it's not too proofy, but it still packs all the flavor and you could just sip it, you know?
Yeah. So it's funny you say that, because have you had, obviously you know what Angel's Envy is.
Yes.
It's super sweet and it's good. It's one of the ones that got me into this. Not the one, but it's one of the ones that kind of propelled me into the rye as well. Super sweet. But have you had the cask strength? It's like 120 proof. Have you had that?
No. I'm this close to buying a pick. There's a Total Wine pick that's like, I think it's like 120 or something in my area. It's likely gone by now, but I passed it up a few weeks back just because I was like, I don't really feel like spending $120 on a bottle of whiskey. But
so, Angel's Envy. So Angel's Envy, it's like normally it's like what, 90-ish, 90 plus proof. Right
the proof. I think the proof is like 43% or something. Like it's sub 90.
Okay, yeah. So it's right around there. So now you go. The cask strength is 120. At least the one we have is 120 proof, and it's super ridiculous overpriced. It's like $300, right? At least here.
Yeah.
So now around here we get the picks. They're like 106 to 110 proof. Mission Spirits down in Southern California. Dude, it is so delicious. And the 120, I think, for Angel's Envy, at least, I think that 110 is the sweet spot for it. It is absolutely delicious. So Total Wine, I think we have like 100. It's right about 107, 106.8 proof from Total Wine. Got a couple picks from there. And Mission Spirits down in Southern California, we've got a couple 110 proofs from there. It is incredible. That proof, and it's like $100 for that proof, rather than $300 for the 120 proof cask strength that has the cool little box, which I just call a coffin. You know, they keep your bourbon, and it's super cool because you can say you have the cask strength. But I would take the 110 every day over that 120, even without the price tag. It's just better. That's their sweet spot for that mash bill that they have, in my opinion.
Yeah. And that might just be like a finished whiskey thing, because where I kind of started getting my the whole like 110 was with all my Starlight finish bottles I have. Like those are fantastic at 110.
Right?
Fantastic.
Yeah, finished thing. Cheech is in the room. What's up, Cheech?
Cheech, cheers. Nice to see you. Oh, by the way, that Tiger Snake whiskey, dumb expensive. So the 43% ABV one, on at least going off their website here, it looks like 140 for the 43%. 55% is going to be run you a good old 192. Another one's going to run you 525. Another one's going to run you 525 as well, and that appears to be the cash strength. So shit ain't cheap.
But is it not at all? Is it good enough? Yeah. Is it that price tag, Ken?
Yeah, and not cheap. Nope.
So when I told you my Electric Creek Barrel Proof, I lied. It's a C920. It's a C920.
C920. I have that. Okay, we'll do that to close it out, because we're gonna close it out here probably in the next like 5 minutes or so. Yeah. So let me grab that bottle and we'll close this out, because we got shit to do in the morning.
Yeah, this got 132.8 proof.
Yeah, that's it. But see, that I feel like at 132 is not, the proofy, like burn your throat, like hardcore stuff. It still has amazing flavor.
Right, it's not screaming.
Yeah.
It just smells so chocolatey on the nose.
I think this is my favorite ECBP. I mean, it's my lowest amount.
Yeah. So,
God, Steve.
So that's once you have to go on TikTok or something and just do that. There's all kinds of memes for that.
ASMR. Hello, welcome to the live stream.
Dude, I did a little quick video on the ASMR. I'm so tired of that stupid shit, dude. ASMR.
A little rant.
I just bagged on it for like 10 seconds and it gets all kinds of views. It's so frustrating. Stuff that gets views. Stuff you put no effort into.
So it won a bunch of awards, but is it actually good?
Australia's best green whiskey. Okay.
I don't know. I don't put a lot of faith in awards anymore because I've gotten some bottles that have awards attached to them and I'm like, it's okay, or this is a letdown. Like, I've never had like oh my God, they were so on top of it with this award giving. This is the best stuff I've ever had.
Like Bardstown Discovery 4, 5, and 6.
I think I tried the 4, but I don't believe I've tried the 5 and 6. I've never owned one. We don't really see those in AZ much.
Unfortunately, I own all 3 of them.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, they're okay. I was going off the hype of the 4, and I was pretty new into it then. And I had a similar palate to a lot of people that were liking it. I'm like, okay, I hadn't had a 4 of it. I just bought it. Okay, for I don't know, $150 or so, right? So you get it, you're like, you want it to be so good, right? And it's like, you start thinking, well, what's the hype on this? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why don't I like this as much as everybody does?
That's kind of like what was it? The something wheel. Oh man, Steve, the one that you bought when you came down here.
Oh shit! I love Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs.
Dude, this is
Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs.
It's so good.
It smells
so good.
Now. It's like chocolate butter.
Yeah. I call it like bougie Reese's peanut butter cups. Like if you go to Trader Joe's, you get the dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups. That's what it is.
Which are so good.
Right. Hey, Joe wants to know if you got a package today.
I don't believe I have, Joe, but that's kind of bringing it full circle.
Right.
I don't believe I got your package, nor did I get Bobby's package. But it also depends what address I told you to send it to. Because if you send it to the previous address you send it to, that's my mother's house. So I'll have to go there to pick it up.
Okay, for a second I thought you were going to say it was to the old place that you had.
No,
place you were renting.
No.
In which case you'd probably never even see it.
Yeah, now that I own this place, I'm having people send mail here. But previously I would just be like, hey, send it to my mom's house. I know that's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
This is so good, dude.
Yeah. By the way, Scotch Down Under, he fully endorses it. So, if you're looking for some Australian whiskey, send it.
Tiger Snake. I'm gonna be on the lookout for
Tiger Snake.
I'm gonna go down my mofo liquor store and say, hey, brother, can you hook me up with some Tiger Snake?
Yo, give me some of that snake.
I was gonna say, you might think you're asking for something else.
Yo, can I see your snake?
Yeah, Bob, that's everyone's
That conversation goes a completely different direction 9 times out of 9 times.
Right? Dude, this is absolutely delicious, though. I mean, this is even better than I remember it. A lot of chocolate. It's even, I don't remember being my palate's changed, but it's buttery now for whatever reason.
By far, I agree with the butteriness. By far, no hesitation. This is my favorite sub $100 bourbon line.
This is so good.
Any release, even like this is kind of like the pinnacle of the ones I have. This and the B520, but like even the others that I've had recently, because I have like 4 or 5 of the newer ones since this. my favorite. I mean, I have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have a 7th down there that's bunkered. So yeah, I'm all in on them.
Yeah, man, this is really good.
Alec, what question did you have for me? I blew off a question you asked because I had to cover chat, and then I
was it Wheeler?
was like, I'll get back to you.
No, I was trying to ask, what was that?
You said
bottle
something about Tucson and a bottle, and I don't remember.
Yeah, when you first came down here and you brought a bottle, I think it was Wheeler, and we tried it, and we were like, oh,
Weller 12.
Yeah, Weller, that's what it was. And we were like, not for the price. I'm sorry.
I was blown away. So it was decent for like $45 that I got it for, but I was just blown away with the idea that
$45.
What?
You got a Weller 12 for $45?
There's no way I would buy a Weller 12 for anything more than that now. Even after trying it, ain't gonna happen. Oh, no worries, Joe. I gotta see my mom at some point.
Dude. Oh, so Joe, now you're gonna force him to see his mom, man. Good on you, brother.
Great.
Hey, he needs to see his mother more often. Just keep sending him there.
Yeah. So I got a steal on a Weller 12 because I know a guy for a couple $100.
Oh my god!
And it's at best like a $50 bourbon, right?
Yeah,
it's a $50 bourbon.
Full proof that was right next to it is about $3.50.
God, it's ridiculous.
That's the world I live in, fellas. So when I make all kinds of money here in California, you know, it's all relative, I think.
Whew.
But dude, this is again absolutely delicious. This C920. Oh my goodness.
Fantastic. Have you had any of the recent batches?
I have not. I had a recent batch.
You got to pick them up.
Which one was the vegetal one, Steve?
Oh, good.
That was C921.
Okay, I thought so.
Hey, what can you guys hook a brother up for a full proof or a single barrel? So I got a screaming deal on a Weller single barrel I can get for $300. I'm sorry. That was the full proof. I can do $800 for the
single barrel.
So we have every single year there's like a release of, so our local grocery stores here release all of their allocated bourbons on one day, and it's a huge shit show. And I waited in line to be able to buy that. I've never seen it for like a reasonable price, but a few people are posting in chat saying they got it for $59, $45.
Joe must know a guy.
Joe gets his stuff at MSRP or close to MSRP, and I think I paid around $45 for mine. So I think MSRP for Weller 12 is still around like $45. Although, let's be honest, Buffalo Trace needs to update their like MSRP list because people are like, like if you don't claim the money, other people are just gonna claim it because they can. So might as well just take it yourself. Sure. Joe, you got lucky. The Total Wine, sometimes they just leave that stuff out on the counter, and whoever gets there first, and it is what it is. It'd be like that. That's how I got my last ECBP and a larceny for $65 each, or well, 68, I think. Decent prices. Well, folks, we're gonna wrap this up here because I do have to go since I gotta get to bed at some point tonight. Bobby, before we leave, any last closing out statements? Also, subscribe to him, please, everyone. Mods, please drop his link one last time in chat if you wouldn't mind.
That'd be awesome. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Hanging out with the old man.
Yeah.
I actually think, especially since it ended up how it was, if we actually got our packages and did what we decided that we were going to do, this would have been even more successful. I think this was successful how it was. We have good chemistry, so I think it worked out well.
Yeah, no, it was a fun time.
Yeah,
it was a fun time, and so my tagline I have is sharing good bourbon with friends and family is badass. That's my tagline on my full length videos, and I haven't done a full length video in a month and a half or so, guys. That's how much time I have right now. But yeah, so that's that, and I'll leave it at that. This is absolutely delicious. I thank you for your time. I actually look forward to doing this again. Actually,
oh yeah,
I like the crossover event stuff where we keep people engaged from one and kind of lead them into the other. It's kind of nice. Start it in one stream and finish it in another stream.
Oh yeah,
great idea actually.
Yeah, we'll for sure have to do it again next time once we have the sample.
The actual content.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we can wing it all day. I don't care. That's pretty much what we've done. Like, I mean, shit, last stream was a whole like, hey, I don't have those samples, buddy.
Yeah, hey, man, it's not my...
But yeah, go ahead and check out Bad Axe Bourbon. We do have to head out for the night, so that's going to be a wrap for this video. Alec, any closing out statements?
No, it was a good time. It was, I think, a good conversation between three guys, and I think we should do this again. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah,
let's do it. We'll go.
All right.
There we go. We ended it on the 5 axis.
I love it.
Cheers, y'all.
I love it.
We will see you all